these people from the Biden administration would call up our team and like scream at them and curse.
On a new episode of Joe Rogan's podcast, Mark Zuckerberg just set the Biden administration on fire.
At the beginning, it kind of seemed like, okay, we should give a little bit of deference to the government and the health authorities on how we should play this. But when it went from, 2 weeks to flatten the curve to, and like in the beginning, it was like, okay, there aren't enough masks. Masks aren't that important. To then it's like, oh no, you have to wear a mask. And, everything was shifting around. It just became very difficult to kind of follow. And this really hit the most extreme, I'd say, during the Biden administration when they were trying to roll out the vaccine program. While they're trying to push that program, they also tried to censor anyone who was basically arguing against it. And they pushed us super hard to take down things that were honestly were true, right? I mean, they basically pushed us and said, anything that says that vaccines might have side effects, you basically need to take down. And I was just like, well, we're not going to do that. Like, we're clearly not going to do that. I mean, that is kind of inarguably true.
Who is they? Who's telling you to take down things that
it was
talk about vaccine side effects?
It was people in the Biden administration. These people from the Biden administration would call up our team and like scream at them and curse. And it's like these documents it's all kind of out there. And basically, it just got to this point where we were like, no, we're not gonna take down things that are true. That's ridiculous. They want us to take down this meme of Leonardo DiCaprio looking at a TV talking about how 10 years from now or something, you're gonna see an ad that says, okay, if you took a COVID vaccine, you're eligible for, for this kind of payment, like this sort of like class action lawsuit type meme. And they're like, no, you have to take that down. And we just said, no, we're not going to take down humor and satire. We're not going to take down things that are true. And then at some point, I guess, I don't know, it flipped a bit. I mean, Biden, when he gave some statement at some point, I don't know if it was a press conference or to some journalists, where he basically was like, these guys are killing people. And I don't know, then like, all these different agencies and branches of government basically just like started investigating, coming after our company. It was brutal. It was brutal.
So the Biden administration went full authoritarian, demanding censorship of memes and factual information. And when Zuckerberg refused, they retaliated with full-blown investigations into his company, which is the same playbook they used with Twitter, pressuring the platform to censor COVID-related and political information like the Hunter Biden laptop story, which Twitter, like Facebook and Instagram, complied. And when Elon Musk took over the platform, he refused to comply with Biden administration's censorship demands. They launched investigation into Elon Musk's companies. So the pattern is clear, and I would say this is one of the gravest offenses in the modern history of censorship committed by the Biden administration. And while Joe Biden himself is nothing more than a brain-dead puppet, the real culprits in his administration and those in the three-letter agencies who enforced his suffocation of free speech cannot get away with it. And honestly, all of them belong in jail.